Welcome to this week's edition of the Q1 Buck Pull. I'm Tim Hart-Haverhill. He's Mike Big Buck Hoffner. CVA muzzleloaders, they have arrived. We're giving them away at the prize parties in January and February.
Well, Christmas has finally arrived, but Christmas is going to be even greater after the holidays when we give all this stuff away.
We have some great interviews with some successful hunters, including Jim Heineman and his two boys. We got Chris Harmon from Quincy with us. We've got interviews from Racey's Extreme opening day. And we're also going to talk to the DNR's Dwayne Etter, and he's going to talk about the feral hog problem today.
Yeah, the feral hog problem, it's on the rise in Michigan, and I'll tell you what, you don't want to mess with those hogs. They can be nasty.
All right, and of course, Big Buck Hoffner's going to have bucks on today's show. Stay with us. You're watching the Q1 Buck Pull.
Country Smokehouse was started years ago by myself and Suzanne, and we want to specialize in homemade old-fashioned sausage and jerkies and things like that. People say it's a destination. They come out for the barbecue, they come out for the homemade sausages. A lot of organic people, natural people want to buy the product because they can't find it in the local stores. We are the largest processor in the state of Michigan. We invite all hunters to come in, bring your deer in, or just stop in and check us out so you can see yourself.
I recommend you come to the Country Smokehouse because you'll never be disappointed.
Trophy Class Real Estate specializes in listing and selling unique recreational, hunting land, and vacant land properties.
Hi, I'm Dan Hoffman. We're the premier real estate brokerage firm for Cabela's Trophy Properties in Michigan. If you're looking to buy, we have great properties like this one.
Here's 24 acres of vacant land and waterfront in Calhoun County. The property includes your very own 7-acre buildable island. There's great whitetail deer hunting and fishing. Own a one-of-a-kind piece of property.
Call us today or go online to see all of our properties.
When a hunter graduates from my new Super Whitetail Boot Camp, he will be in the top 1% of the deer hunters in the country. There's hundreds of little things people need to know to really have the ultimate property. I come in and show people how to put all the right pieces of the puzzle in that property, to hold deer, get more born on the property, make them come by the stands, keep them from the neighbors during daylight hours. I'm Tony LaPratt from Ultimate Land Management, and I'm inviting you to our new Super Whitetail Boot Camp.
Hunters, register today in the Q1 Buck Pull, and you'll have a chance to win this Yamaha Grizzly 350 ATV. You can register a buck or a doe, no matter what size. We'll give this away in a random draw at our final prize party of the Q1 Buck Pull coming up the first weekend in March. Jim Hull is with us from Custom Connection Motorsports in Battle Creek. Welcome to the Buck Pull, man.
Thanks for having us, Tim.
All right, tell me about the ATV.
As he said, this is an awesome Yamaha Grizzly 350. You've got your Realtree camo, you've got selectable four-wheel drive, you've got forward and reverse, you've got racks on the front and back. So if you're out in terrain like this and you get the deer of a lifetime, you're not going to have to worry about carrying it on your shoulder.
You slap it on the back, tie it up, and you're ready to go.
Exactly, exactly.
All right, well, again, we're giving this away in a random draw. All you have to do is register. Again, you could go online, or you could take your deer to any of the locations across the state. Get registered today in the Q1 Buck Pull to win the Yamaha Grizzly 350 ATV from Custom Connection Motorsports. Back here on the Q1 Buck Pull, well, we've got a lot of interviews on today's show because a lot of people have had successful hunts, but there's a lot of people that have been out there, and you're one of them, and I'm one of them. No success during the gun season.
Yeah, boy, I'll tell you, it was a struggle, that gun season. It was, for some reason, I think it's because all the crops were up in the area in which I was hunting, made it especially difficult, but there's just a little bit of the season left to go. Still might get lucky.
If you go on our Facebook page, you can check out, we posted some information from the DNR about the hunting season, why they think it's down, some of the pockets around the state. So we've got a lot of information on our Facebook page. Go there and, join and like us.
All right, check it out. That's where it's all at.
Big Buck, you got some bucks for us?
I have bucks, my friend. Let's start out with Eric Wilcox in mid-Michigan with a 9-pointer, the score 49 1/4. Brett Cooper up in North Mid-Michigan's 12-pointer scores 48.625. And Daniel Lamard up in the far north 8-pointer, the score is 38 1/4.
All right, and we're going to talk about, some legalities out there because we had a big buck that was registered on the show in the promotion that was taken before the person got their license. And you know what? You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that. And I'll tell you what, I hate to be looking at the fines because they've assessed new fines, and probably by the time you get done, you're up over 10 grand for a mistake like that.
You've got until December 31st to register your deer, and we have some people that have registered their deer, including Jim Heineman and his boys. Here's his story.
Hi, my name's Jim Heineman. We're from Branch County. This is my son Cameron and my other son Cole. This is my opening morning buck for the 2014 firearm season. I'd actually seen that deer the previous morning, Friday morning, first light bow season, and I hit him about 40 yards. He was moving behind the doe. I tried getting him to stop, but he wouldn't, so I didn't get the shot. I was hoping that he was going to be in there the following morning, which was opening morning in a firearm season, and about 9:30 he came through behind that same doe, I believe, and I took a shot at him about 150 yards and I missed. Fortunately, he turned and ran right my way, and as he was closing the distance, I was pulling my Ruger 44 Super Blackhawk, and at 40 yards he came through some red whips and he stopped, and I hit him in the chest twice with it, and here he is. We capitalized on the deal. So
tell me about boys hunts.
Cameron and Cole, they've been hunting with me. This is their third year, but actually the first year that they've pulled the trigger, and they both shot does. Cameron shot one Sunday night, the first Sunday after opening day. He made an excellent shot at 160 yards. He was a little nervous about it, but he did a really good job, dropped her in her tracks. And the next night, Cole got his doe at 100 yards. So they did really well. I was real proud of them.
Cameron, tell me about what you were thinking about when you were out there hunting with your dad and the excitement of the deer coming in.
I was hoping we would see a deer because I wanted to get my first deer, and we were there for like an hour and a half, and I asked if I could leave because I was really cold, and then he said, no, you should wait because it's prime time, and because this is where it gets good. And then 2 deer came out, and I shot at one of the bucks, and I shot at a buck at first and I missed, and then the doe was still there, and then we knew we didn't hit the buck because the buck kind of ran and then stopped and started eating again, and then I shot it, and then by the time we got the gun loaded, the buck was already in the weeds, and then so I shot at the doe and dropped her.
Nice. How about you, Cole?
I did the same thing. I seen a doe come out, and then we were about to shoot, but when we saw her look back in the woods, we decided to wait, and then the bigger doe came out, and I shot, and I did the same thing. I missed, and then they ran, and they didn't know where it came from, so it was like 5 more minutes, and then they started to come back in. Then the small deer behind it ran in front and went in the woods. And then the other one stopped and looked, and I shot and I dropped her.
Nice. What did you think, Dad?
I was pretty proud. They did a really good job. For being 9 years old, they kept calm and did what they were supposed to, and got right back in the game. They both missed their first shot, but that's okay. It all came together, and they kept their composure. And for the first year, they did really well. I was real proud of them. It was great.
Give me the one silver about your big buck. Now, is this from last year?
Yeah, actually, this is last year's buck. I've hunted probably for around 30 years, and believe it or not, I've never killed a deer on opening day. The boys were with me last year. We were hunting on the ground. It was opening evening, and just about dusk. And actually, it was supposed to be Cole's night to shoot, and this buck came in, and Cole said, Dad, I think you better shoot him with a muzzleloader. And so I did, and we got him. I've taken some ribbon over that as far as, boy, you took the shot for the big buck away from your son. So I never claimed to be father of the year, especially deer season. So.
I'm now talking to Chris and Jim Harmon, and Chris is a successful hunter. He's from Quincy. Tell me about your hunt.
Well, we decided to hit the woods yesterday afternoon, November 1st. Pretty calm night. Wind wasn't too bad. Pretty cool out. We weren't seeing much all night, and about 6:30 this guy comes out, and
was he chasing a doe or anything?
Nope, no does. He came out by himself. I was grunting all afternoon, so I'm sure he heard my grunts, and he comes in about 60 yards away. I see him, and he comes in walking about 20 yards right in front of my stand, and gave me a nice broadside shot, double lunged him, and he ran about 60 yards, and there he laid.
All right. Dad, can you add anything more to the story? It sounds kind of simple, like a little easy hunt.
It was pretty simple. He texted me about 6:30, and he said, "Holy crap, Dad, I just shot a buck." And I said, "Stay put. Don't leave the stand, 'cause, you know, you get excited."
Exactly.
And he stayed put, and I hunted for probably another 15, 20 minutes. I crawled down off of my stand, and I walked up to his, and then he's still pumped, and he's fist pumping in the air. And he goes like this, "There was another one that came in just after Dad that you passed on this one." I said, "No, you did fine." I said, "Let's back out. Let's wait." We waited probably an hour, but actually it was about an hour and a half. And we backed out, and we went down, and it was easy find. It was dark then. It was easy finding his arrow because they had a
one of those Luminox.
And you could tell it was a good hit.
Oh,
I mean, there was blood on
blood
both
everywhere.
sides. About every 10 feet there was blood, and we tracked him probably 60 yards, maybe 70 yards, and there he lay. So he was actually kind of stiff already because we waited, but I'd rather wait than push him.
Exactly right. Exactly.
So,
well, people push him and then they take off a long way
too, and that's no good. So we found him. We were high-fiving, and son-in-law David come and helped us, and Dakota Wilson.
My buddy came out with this big old spotlight.
We got skunked last year. We didn't shoot anything last year. And
it's amazing when you shoot a deer like this, though. It becomes quite a family affair, doesn't it?
Oh, it's fun. It is, man. We have
family and friends, and
oh, absolutely. And it's a lot of fun. You put time and effort and money into it, and you reap the rewards from it eventually. So,
all right,
we're a successful hunter.
What do you like most about being out in the woods?
Oh, just you know, being out there, and it's so peaceful, and just getting an opportunity, and the adrenaline rush when you get a big buck coming in. So,
all right, congratulations, Chris Harmon and his dad Jim Harmon here on the Q1 Buck Pull. You know, great interviews, you know, Jim and his boys. I mean, that is what it's all about, is taking your kids out there and letting them experience the great outdoors.
Yeah, it's really, really, really changed, I think, over time. I think this last decade that we've had, we've really brought in the value of family hunting and teaching how to do it the right way. And I think it's an awesome experience to see your kids shoot those deer.
Well, and, you know, Chris Harmon, who's on the show today, known him since he's been a baby.
Right.
So it's always fun to talk to everybody. I love hearing the stories. So when we come back, we've got the DNR's Dwayne Etter. He's going to be talking about the feral hog problem. Stay with us. You're watching the Q1 Buck Pull.
At Outfitters Taxidermy, I do high quality work at reasonable prices. We do it all at Outfitters Taxidermy, from birds, small mammals, fish, deer, shoulder mounts, full body mounts. I pay attention to the details in the mount, like your eyes, the nose, and the way the horns are set. Make sure the measurement's all correct, just like it is when you brought it in. If you're not sure how to cape your deer, I can do it for you, show you how to do it, where to make cuts, where not to make cuts. When you shoot that buck of a lifetime, give me a call at Outfitters Taxidermy.
Hunting, fishing, trapping, Frank's Sporting Goods in Morley.
We got the biggest selection of trapping supplies in West Michigan, and the experience to go along with it, so we can teach you how to do everything right here on the spot.
Long guns and handguns for any application, and expert service from someone who lives the outdoors.
Don't forget, we got a great selection of ammo.
You'll find it all at Frank's Sporting Goods in Morley. Stop in or call Frank's Sporting Goods in Morley for the best deals around.
Hi, my name is Vic Havens, and we invite you to stop here at Frank's Sporting Goods in Morley, Michigan.
Get your boots on at Backroad Saloon, the area's #1 country music entertainment, featuring a spacious 5,000 square foot dance floor catered to line dancing. Backroad Saloon, where there's live music on the weekends and special guests. Coming January 16th, it's Big Smo. Tickets are just $12 in advance. And don't forget our New Year's Eve bash. Get your tickets now. Backroad Saloon, the Nashville of the North, the area's #1 country music venue. Feral hogs. They're a problem in pockets around the state of Michigan. And you know, Mike, today we've got the DNR's Dwayne Etter with us, and he's going to be talking about what you can and can't do when you're out there hunting.
You know, thank God the area in which I hunt, I've not seen them, but I've had hunters tell me that they are a nuisance here in the state of Michigan.
Well, before we talk about feral hogs, we've got some bucks featured here on the Q1 Buck Poll.
All right, let's go with Ryan Bauer up in the thumb. He brings in an 8-pointer. The score is 42. David Forsyth in South Mid-Michigan's 11-pointer scores 46 1/4. And Jay Harrison in South Central Michigan brings in a 10-pointer with the score of 47 1/2.
All right, it's time now for our DNR update. I'm now talking to Dwayne Etter. He's a wildlife research specialist with the DNR. Dwayne, welcome to the Buck Poll.
Thanks.
All right, well, today we're going to talk about what you can do as a hunter out there to eradicate, eliminate a problem. And we're talking about feral hogs out there right now, Dwayne. And talk to me about what kind of issue are we having?
So we have some small pockets where we have feral swine in the state of Michigan. They're becoming more established throughout the state. But the issue with feral swine is they're really tough on other natural resources, and particularly wildlife species. They'll consume white-tailed deer fawns. They'll kill and eat about anything they can get their snouts on. If you like turkeys, if you like grouse, if you like ducks, they're going to consume eggs of those species. They can change the water quality. So if we had pockets where we had densities of feral swine that were high, we could see the water quality actually change, which could impact fisheries. So there are species that we really want to get rid of while we have a chance in Michigan.
And you know, you talk about the damage that they do. I've been on a number of hog hunts over the year, and you know, you can't underestimate the strength of those animals either, can you?
Oh no, they're an incredibly powerful animal. I've handled some physically. We've trapped some. Yeah, they're definitely, and they're a very challenging animal. I know some people like to hunt them, but at the same time, they're going to displace white-tailed deer. They're going to displace turkeys. If you like to have those species, if you have feral swine, chances are you're not going to have those other species.
All right, now let's talk about the areas that we're going to find them in. You know, I'm in the very southern part of Michigan, in the Coldwater Branch County area. I don't see a lot of them there. Are there pockets throughout the state that the problem is?
There's definitely pockets where we have higher densities. Washtenaw County is one area where in the past we've had higher densities. Midland County, Mecosta County, they're scattered through Roscommon County. We have found them in 72 counties in the state of Michigan, but those are kind of the core dense areas where we seem to have more swine right now.
All right, what can a hunter do to help eradicate the problem?
The best thing a hunter can do is if you see feral swine while you're out hunting, please, kill them. Don't wait for the big one to come along. Kill any feral swine you see. We'd like the heads for disease testing. They have a lot of diseases that could be detrimental to the domestic livestock industry, so report them to the DNR if you kill them. And if you're just seeing them or you know people are seeing them, you pick them up on your trail cameras, please let us know. We have to get on these animals. We have to be after them 365 days a year, not just during the hunting season. USDA Wildlife Services can respond and assist landowners who are having issues or help us on public lands to eradicate feral swine.
All right, so do I need a special license at all to shoot this?
No, if you have any general license in the state of Michigan for any species, you can shoot a feral swine on site. If it were on private property, you would need permission. If you have a concealed carry permit, you can also shoot a feral swine legally with that permit too.
And then what should I do? You're talking about disease. Obviously, this is not something that you want to carve up and eat, or is it?
Well, you could consume them, but I would definitely cook the meat well. A lot of people down south hunt feral swine. They cook feral swine. I'm told it tastes well, but again, it's something that you're kind of taking your own risk with if you undercook the meat. Yeah.
And then I guess if I'm not going to eat it, then I guess just bury it or leave it out. Will other animals eat on it?
Call us. Please call us. I can provide you a number. It's 517-336-1928. That's Nate Newman at USDA Wildlife Services. If you contact us, we'll come out, pick up the animal. We're going to take it in, disease test the animal, and then we can discard the carcass.
All right, so this is something we need to really, I want to say attack, but really, help eliminate. And again, 365 days out of the year. Hunters, if you're out there, I guess go ahead and take your shot and then make the phone call.
right?
Definitely, definitely.
All right, Dwayne, thanks.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Wildlife biologist with the DNR, Dwayne Edders, has been with us. I'm Tim Hart, and you're watching the Q1 Buck Poll.
Everything for the sportsman.
DNR Sports Center.
For the hunter, tree stands, bows, guns, and gear, all the top brands.
Right here, DNR Sports Center.
For the fisherman, check out the huge selection of boats, marine supplies, and tackle.
DNR Sports Center.
Full service mechanic for boats, guns, and bows. One-stop shopping, a huge selection, and the best service around.
Come see for yourself and experience the personal service at DNR Sports Center. Everything for the sportsman.
The great outdoors has a lot to offer, and if you're ready to experience it on the next level, Greenstone can help you get it done. We finance acreage of nearly any size, from a hunter's haven to adventurous trails, or even that relaxing place on the lake. Greenstone's loan options make owning land affordable, with terms up to 30 years. And with 36 locations in Michigan and Northeast Wisconsin, we're just a short drive away. To learn more, visit greenstonefcs.com. Greenstone Farm Credit Services. We finance the great outdoors.
Well, I have a great time every year going up to the Lapeer County Buck Poll at Ray C's Extreme, and I get a chance to talk to a lot of people. The hunters come in, and I turn the camera on. They're in their truck, and I'm like, tell me your story. That's
and they're ready to go. Well, you know what? They've got it down to a fine art up there. Those guys have done it for a number of years. They know how to have fun, and people enjoy going there.
Well, before we get interviews going, we've got Big Bucks with Big Buck Hofter.
All right, here we go. Scott Tenwald up in Southwest Michigan's 9-pointer scores 45.5. Matthew Hasselhoff in Southwest Michigan brings in a 12-pointer, great score of 50. And Thomas Beeching in Southwest Michigan's 10-pointer scores 49.375.
All right, let's go to the Lapeer County Buck Poll at Ray C's Extreme.
So I was hunting yesterday evening in K-Pack. Saw a smaller 8, a 3-point, a doe. This guy came in grunting, chasing a bigger doe. I missed with the first shot. I connected with the second shot. He ran about 40, 50 yards, and I watched him pile up.
And really kind of an unusual rack, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got all kinds of junk. He's got all kinds of stickers here. He's got this unique knife-like point there. So, my biggest ever.
Have you hunted this area before where you shot him?
Yes, yes. Never shot anything like this though.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And who's your hunting buddy?
This is Charlie Stokes.
Mark Nadolski is my son Christian, and Jordan's in the car. We're from Macomb, Michigan.
Tell me about the hunt.
Sure. Opening morning, we started early, tried to get out before all the other hunters. And we have 3 bucks here, 2 8-points and 1 6-point. The first one was my son Jordan, shot at 7:03, got this nice 8-point on a 2-track that we've been grooming just for the deer. And then Christian here got the 6-point. We have a front blind on the property and a box blind. He was in that. He shot that 6-point, and then an 8-point came out after that. He texted me and said, "Dad, can I shoot?" I said, "Absolutely not. You got the 1. That's all you get." And then mine came in right around 8 o'clock. I was back in the swamp, and this guy was chasing a doe, and I was lucky enough to get him thick, and took a good shot right behind his front leg there and got him. So
Fun taking your kids out, isn't it?
Oh, it's awesome. That's why I do it, to be honest. It's all about family, friends, and hunting.
My name's Steve Barrett from Hazel Park, Michigan. I shot this buck on state land here in Lapeer, about 3 miles north of here.
How'd the hunt go? Tell me about it.
It was good. Seen 2 does first thing this morning about 7 o'clock. This one came in about 7:30 with a doe. And they were both standing there looking at about 80 yards, and 1 shot, that was it.
Now, you've been hunting a long time?
I've been hunting since I was 15 years old. I'm 50 years old, 35 years.
What do you like most about being out in the woods?
The peace and quiet.
Is this your biggest buck?
No.
It's a nice buck, though.
Oh, yeah. For just sitting in state land and no bait, just go out and shoot them.
What do you think the key is to hunting state land?
Getting away from close to the road. There's a lot of land there. People need to go back and explore it a little bit. you'll find a lot of deer sign.
All right, so tell me your name and where you're from.
Dick Bates from Rochester Hills, Michigan, Oakland County.
Tell me about your hunt.
I'm hunting on my own property, private land in Oakland Township, and this is country club hunting. I'm hunting out of a pole barn blind, all heated, and I'm all relaxed, and at 7 a.m. he came around the corner to a bait pile, and that was it.
That's all she wrote then. Is that your biggest buck?
This is my biggest buck, yeah.
Nice looking rat. Anything unusual about the hunt, or have you seen this deer before?
Had never seen him before. Seen a lot of other deer, and all small bucks, and he was a total and a wonderful surprise to me.
Did you know that Tire City is more than just tires? Marshall Tire, Albion Tire, and Charlotte Tire are all more than just tires at great prices. We're your complete auto repair center. We're brakes, oil changes, steering and suspension, diagnostics. We're more than just tires. We're your complete auto repair facility. Tire City, Marshall, Albion, and Charlotte.
Coldwater Gun & Pawn, your concealed weapon headquarters. Buy, sell, trade. We do volume so you have selection with new guns arriving daily. Need ammo at the best prices around? Stop into Coldwater Gun & Pawn. Plus, we pay cash for guns or anything of value, including gold and silver, where we pay the highest prices in southern Michigan. Plus, we have DVDs, guitars, gifts, and more. Long guns or handguns, come see our selection today at Coldwater Gun & Pawn. Add style to your bedroom or living room with log furniture from Thurston's Furniture. One-of-a-kind log bedroom sets, dressers, mirrors, easy beds that convert from a couch to a bed. Specializing in custom orders, Thurston's offers a great selection to choose from. Plus, check out our Northwoods Wildlife Print area rugs. Want a camo recliner? You'll find it at Thurston's. Thurston's Furniture on M60 in Homer. Everything you want in log furnishings at great prices. Great interviews. It was a great time, and I appreciate all the hospitality at Ray C's Extreme. Well, you know, Big Buck, the parties start January 24th. We give away a lot of different prizes. We're going to have some gun raffles at our parties. We've got stories that you're going to hear. Bring your racks. Be a part of what's happening.
Yeah, you know, I think it's an awesome time. We've got just a little short window of opportunity to get out there and get that deer. So far, the weather has cooperated the second part of the season, so get out there, and there's still time to get that buck.
Well, let me tell you. They are moving because we are located downtown Coldwater, and there is a patch of land and tracks that go through our town. And last night, again, there was probably, I don't know, 15, 18 deer out there. They're looking at me, I'm looking at them, and that's about what we did. And they're not moving, but they're starting to move, I think, again. So you've got until December 31st.
So what you're telling me is I need to bring a blind up here and put it in the city limits of Coldwater, Timmy?
I totally thought that the other day. I'm like, man, we could just be parked right here, be all set and ready to go. But we're not.
All right.
You got to keep it legal. Keep it legal out there. All right, for Mike Big Buck Hoffner, I'm Tim Hart-Haberl. Thanks for being with us this week on the Q1 Buck Poll. Whenever you're out in the woods, be safe.
Great country for Kalamazoo. Find us on your radio at 102.5, online at greatcountry1025.com, and on your mobile device on iHeartRadio. Kalamazoo's Great Country 1025, powered by Nash.